excited, not about what other people are doing, but what's going to be happening in your life in a very, very short period of time. And again, as all of this starts to happen, understand when this starts to happen in your life, and it will, and I'll guarantee that. Me, Mike Ellis, I'll guarantee that. And of course, we can talk for hours and hours and hours how that's going to happen. Maybe we'll do a little bit more of that at this meeting. It will happen to you. And as that happens to you, again, each day, each week, each month, each year, it gets better and better. And I'm talking about your finances, guys. I'm not talking about your attitude. I think your attitude is going to get real, real good too, real, real quick. But it's the financing. It's that financial bottom line, better and better and better and better. And initially, that's why we're all here. We're looking for a way forward. If you're young, to take care of the life to come. If you're old, to take care of the retirement to come. If you're really, really old, it needs to happen very, very quickly so you can enjoy the abundance that's coming our way. And I do believe that'll happen very, very quickly. So as we start to talk about going from rock bottom to the top of the mountain, it doesn't really matter where you're at. This is what Mr. Mufareh has set up. It doesn't matter if you're rock bottom. You're at the bottom. You're at the very, very bottom. You've never been any lower than that. It doesn't matter. In a short period of time, Mr. Mufareh can lift you up because of the structure, because of what he's done, and put you on a course to get to the top of the mountain. People that are at the top of the mountain, you don't know what the top is yet. And again, when we start to look at the numbers, you start to understand, oh, I haven't even started. There are so many more tops. And that's what's really, really exciting for Dan, Marty, and I and the Tech Pros. There is no limitation. There is no real top, because when you get to one top, you're always going to be able to go to the next one. So I'll leave it there for now, Collins, and we'll just toss it around. I know we're going to have a lot of exciting things to say today, so I'll hand it back to you.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. That was really, really great, really powerful. So normally, in a nutshell, what you're trying to tell the viewers is, ONPASSIVE is a place for everyone. Doesn't matter your situation. Wherever you are, doesn't matter how hard you fall, but you can always have success in this company, which is really, really good. So I will turn on to Mr. Dan Street. So the floor is yours.
Well, thanks. Thanks for having me today, guys. This is an interesting topic because I'm sure we all have our rock bottom journeys. I know I have. I've been involved in sales and commission sales my whole life, and I was in a company once. It was a commercial office furnishing company, and I'd go out to these businesses and I would sell commercial office furnishings to them and try and furnish their offices, and they would either have some success and make some commissions or not. But the challenge of that type of a business was that I could sell a lot of furniture, but I wouldn't get paid until it was delivered and paid for. So I could have a lapse of 2 months where I wouldn't get paid anything. So that was a lull, and I might have times where I don't sell anything. So that happened to me, and it was I struggled financially, and then I got into the medical industry, and I had a 30-year career, and that was when I pulled myself out of that. But we all have our struggles, and we all pull ourselves out of them, but I think that we all just have to be grateful for what we have while we pursue our dreams. Okay, we have to look at and be content and grateful for what we have now while we're pursuing what we know to be our dream. And we have to learn to be content, be happy, and at peace with our situation, no matter what difficult circumstances we might face. And corporations either fail. This can happen on a corporate basis, or it can happen individually. Corporations either fail because of their inferior products, or compared to their competition, or the lack of demand, or mismanagement, or a lot of different reasons why companies can fail. And it's their ability to recognize their faults and failures and get back on the right track. And if they're disciplined and they have the desire to persevere and stay motivated and meet the challenges, some of these companies can rebound and reach a certain level of success, if not be very successful. Now, on an individual basis, there are many rock bottoms. It could be personal relationships, financial struggles, health or physical struggle. And there's something that we all deal with at various levels. And the question is, how do we manage to get through these difficult times and get back on the right track? And for me, and I know that we talk about this a lot in a lot of these seminars, and even Ash talks about it. If it wasn't for his faith in God, that he probably wouldn't be as successful or be able to meet the challenges that he has. And it reminds me of a scripture, Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. And that consists of knowledge, confidence, trust in God. And as a result, you aren't anxious about anything. You're at peace. So that's the core for me. And I know for a lot of you here is your faith in God. And I know for Ash Mufareh it is as well. So we have a choice, and we determine how we handle the variety of challenges we face. And some corporations might choose to cut their losses and dissolve their company, and maybe wait for a more favorable environment for them in the future to start another company while they're learning from their past mistakes. On the other hand, there's companies that meet the challenges, identify where they failed, and they persevere and build an incredibly successful company. Does that sound like somebody we know? Ash Mufareh and his team met the challenges. They identified the mistakes. They battled. They beat the corruption. They put together a team with amazing skills who will take us to the next level, take us to the next mountaintop. And I can't even perceive, and I know all of you here can't perceive the level of success that we're all going to have and the level of success that this company is going to have. So he and his team have that resolve to take us to this new mountaintop, and it's going to be fun to join them every step of the way. That's all I got for right now, guys.
Oh, thank you, Dan. Thank you, Dan. That was really amazing. You know, it's really Mr. Ash Mufareh, because he never gives up. You know, no matter the circumstances, he will always find a way out, which is really good. Some company would disappear on this planet Earth, but he will always make a way, because he said, no matter how difficult it is, we will always win, which is really, really great. Thank you, Dan, for that. I will just jump to our sister, because I know she is really rushing to go, but let us just get her to speak before she disappeared. And this is not other than Marcienne. The floor is yours.
Oh my, thank you, Collins. Oh my, Dan Street and Mike Ellis, you guys have nailed it down. And everything that you said is exactly where we are and who our CEO is. And I'm just going to say, like, the bottom, everybody has one. You know, I get up every day, walking 24 hours. Did I want to do it? Hell no. I bet I keep pushing. And I have sometimes my day off, I have to resell myself to the company to go and work, to make that money. And where did that take me? I'm still doing the same thing. I have never moved. It's difficult. It's difficult. But where we are now, we know that this bottom line is going to be ending very soon, because everything is showing that the way that our CEO are putting the things together, and we are not going to be doing this in the next few years, it's going to be over. It's going to be over. And all this, the thing that we have done before, is just going to be history. And why are we here talking about it every day? Because we know it's real. We are seeing it. Our eye is open. And we pray that everybody that is watching is going to be able to get where we are today and where we are going. And their eye is going to see what we have seen right now that is not unlofted and open to the world yet. So I don't have much to say, but I am just so pleased to be in here. And those that they are listening to us, they can come in too, and they are going to feel the way that I am feeling right now. They are going to be as excited I am, like I am. And also, see, my bottom line is almost ending because I am not who I was 4 years ago. This is one thing that this company have put on me already. Than that, guys, for zero. With all the knowledge and everything that I learned from the great people that we have on this screen and those that they are not here today, we have learned a lot. We have learned to pursue this bottom line, to this suffer that we're going through, this stress that we go to our job every day. We keep to understand that we have to do it in another way, in a joyful way, with a freedom of time, financial freedom, everything. And this only place that you can have that is going to be in this company. So guys, thank you so much, Collins. It's hard to pick up from where these two great people left, but and thank you.
Thank you, Marcian, for sharing your thought on, rock bottom is a catalyst to propel us to the mountaintop, which is really great. And just really thank you for your perseverance, and your resilience as we move forward. So now let me spin around and I just want to go to one of our sisters. I know she always have a lot to contribute as well, and when she spoke, you can really feel it, it's someone with substance as well. And it's none other than our sister, Jean Oliver. So the floor is yours, Jean.
Collins, that's so sweet. Thank you so much. Thanks to everyone that's spoken, Mike, Dan, Marcian, and your frozen. Can anybody confirm if you can hear me or not? Oh. How about now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. That's great.
We can hear you.
Yeah.
I'm having some internet instability right now. Should I continue now or should I go out and come back?
Yeah. No, you're fine. Jean, you're fine. Continue.
I'm fine? Okay. Yeah. All right. So thank you. When I think about rock bottom, you think, okay, you're in the dirt, you're looking up, you're going through these challenges. And from those challenges, you learn some perspective, right? You have lessons that you've learned. There's all these benefits from being on rock bottom itself, right? And from rock bottom, the only place to go is up, right? So it's all good, really, when you think about it, it's all benefit. But I was thinking about the word catalyst, and I looked it up. I Googled it, and it said a catalyst is a substance that speeds up a chemical reaction without being consumed in the process, essentially allowing a reaction to occur faster by lowering the energy needed to initiate it. And I was like, oh my gosh, when you think about what's happened to us by us hitting rock bottom, and I would argue we really haven't hit rock bottom because we still have Ash, we still have each other. But when you think about what has happened as a result of that is that we have streamlined the staff, we've streamlined the OES, we have done all of these things that's going to make us be able to go forward faster, better, more efficiently, and all of that. So our trip to the top is going to necessarily be better because we had this catalyst, this chemical reaction of all of that corruption, betrayal, whatever you want to call it, that has allowed us to be catapulted forward to a new top. So that's what I wanted to say today. I hope it wasn't too broken up by the internet. Could you get it?
Yes, Jane. That was really amazing. Really, really amazing. And one of the things I captured from what you said, when you hit rock bottom, the only place you can go is top because there is no rock bottom anymore at the bottom. The only place you can go is the top, and Ash will just prepare everything, strip everything and then fix it where we will just fly. So it's really great. Jane, thank you for being here. And I'm just thinking let me jump into one of our brother from Canada, and it's none other than Engineer Mike. The floor is yours.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Wow, great topic. The former speakers, you guys did well. Mike, thank you for bringing us to this. The opening was great. I just want to bring it this way. Like the concept of rock bottom, right? It refers to a point in life where an individual experience like significant hardship, right? Failure and despair. And this state can serve like a critical point, right? A critical turning point, which it can prompt you to greater changes, right? The idea of like rock bottom, it can lead you to personal growth and ultimate to the mountaintop, right? And this can be said psychologically and also biblically in the Bible, spiritually, right? Now let's take it this way. If you hit rock bottom, you can be there's a point of the rock bottom. When you're right there, it can catalyze you right to the top, right? Like we've just gotten the definition of catalyst from Gina Levi. She told us what a catalyst is, right? Now, spiritually, if we look at it spiritually, we can see that that rock bottom is that opportunity that you sit down and you think, right? You get that individual depth thought of your situation, where you are, right? Then it aligns with this with Psalms 40 verse 1 to 4 that tells us that you should wait patiently for the Lord during difficult times and finding hope through faith. It's true faith. Because when we see where we have been and our founder took a deep breath, took a step back, and tried to focus on what was wrong, and he rebuilt himself now. Now, this process of it leads you to transformation, right? Now let's get the processes of transformation. It covers or it involves these stages. You need to recognize and acknowledge that the situation is crucial for you at that particular moment. Then you will set steps honestly, right, about your personal struggle at that particular time. That is acknowledgement. Secondly, you need to seek help, right? Go to experts who knows, experts who can inspire you, experts who can serve like a guidance to you, right? They can assist you in that particular moment. Now, the next step, which is the third one, is to take action. So you will implement all those changes based on the insight you gain during the reflection of that particular issue that you're having, or you're facing. That's the third one. Then the fourth one is building resilience. You overcome the challenges, a small victory that you've gained with a lot of confidence. Now, the fourth one is embracing new perspective. Excuse me. You learn from the past experience and you allow individuals to approach future challenges differently. Now, when we look at this, so if you hit rock bottom, it serves as a catalyst for the transformation by promoting self-reflection and encouraging individuals to seek help and make meaningful changes in their lives, both physically, psychologically, and we have seen that. I'll just explain it to us. So bringing it to tie it with our CEO, we have seen he has told us a lot of things, what he's gone through, and he sat down, he reflected, he made the changes, meaningful changes, and here we are, right to the top again, coming very strong. He told us our system will come strong and powerful than ever. So, my colleagues, I think I made some sense there. I don't know, but thank you.
No, that was good. That was good, Mike. That was really good. From what you said, rock bottom is not really a failure, but it gives you that, it energizes you for you to move forward, which is really, really great and powerful. And you learn we always learn from our mistakes, right? We cannot learn from what we have achieved. We learn from our failures. And normally, this is not a failure. They said the only time you fail is when you refuse to try. So,
and
Ash is always
from that
good.
rock, when you are at that rock bottom, that is when all those reflections come. And it's at that time, that's what kicks it in your head. And you are coming out very stronger than before. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Engineer Mike. Thank you. That was really marvelous. So I will turn to our brother now. I know he's really eager to speak, and he is always ready, always there to give us information to take it to another level. And it's none other than our brother, Madi Digamo. Take it from there.
Hey, hello, everybody.
Hello.
Yeah, I've been in high gear for a couple of days. I don't know if the batteries are going to last. But anyway, yeah, talking about hitting rock bottom, I looked at many companies that this happened to. I mean, bad things. And they were big companies, IBM, Netflix, Ford Motor Company, Apple. They all took a nosedive, big time nosedive. Here's what helped them work. If you have somebody with the drive, nobody more drive than Ash Mufareh, hitting rock bottom can be a magnificent thing to happen. Because what it really does, as I'm looking at all these different ones, it forces a new perspective and reassessment of your goals. Now, he knows the goals. And then you get the clarity of gaining from adversity can bring renowned focus, resilience, and drive, setting the stage for a comeback that is even stronger than before. Every step feels more meaningful when it is forged out of a struggle, often leading to success with deeper sense of purpose. Yeah, when you're down, you focus on every step now. You don't take for granted 1 through 7 steps are fine. I'm going right to 8. No. You look at every one. And I believe, Ash does too, by the way, this was meant to happen. Did it hurt? Way more for him than it does us, okay? Because he's the man footing the bill. He has all the pressure on his back. But what would have happened if he didn't? Would we be taking a trip with people that maybe would never get us where we want to go? I think so. But now he's surrounded with people that impress him. And if you can impress Ash, that's good enough for me, because I know him well enough that he's a stickler on that's not good enough, that's not good enough, that's not. But when you can go into a room and say, this is what I'd like to have, and they add to what you're saying, that's mind-blowing. That's just absolutely mind-blowing. So yeah, hitting rock bottom really, because you're in the weeds, right? Well, you're in the weeds and he's micromanaging this and this and this, and you start to believe that the situation you're in is normal. But when you get knocked to the ground and you stand back up, you look at the situation and said, I should have never been in that position. If I had this, if I had that. So when you have the right people, you don't know it, until you lose the wrong people. How are you ever going to know? Ash didn't have a blueprint. He couldn't go in a drawer and pull it out and say, I'm going to build a company that I am going to bless everybody involved if they have the faith, and I'm going to copy off this floor plan A. There is no floor plan. Everything he did was from here. He couldn't say, I'm going to build it like IBM. I'm going to build it like some other big company. There was no blueprint. So sometimes, and I believe this here, he had a team or things going on, and it was a struggle, it was a lot of work, but he expected the work. He expected it's going to be hard. But when you find out, when you hit rock bottom, whatever the reason is, we know some bad things happen. The focus now, when you see good, now you can put the two together and say, wow, I'm glad this happened, because this is what I was looking for. The vision's fine, but if you don't have the mechanics to get you where you want to go in your vision, you're in trouble. All of you IT guys know that Steve Jobs, not necessarily was the highest tech guy in the world, but he surrounded himself that were and demanded that they perform at the peak of their ability. And when people believe they can, they do. There's history lesson. We see that every day. We see it for thousands of years. Oh, nobody could beat a 4-minute mile. Roger Bannister said, I can. Somebody didn't tell him, didn't give him the memo, you can't go faster than 4 minutes. And once Roger did it, Larry, Mary, and Harry said, if he can do it, I can do it. So you have to get by that barrier. But in order to get past something, sometimes you have to hit the floor hard, really hard. Now, the difference is a lot of people hit the floor and they crawl and they hide. They're done. I give up. They put the white flag in. I did what I could. I'm done. When Ash hit the floor, he went, why did this happen? And he went after it right away. Now, because he's a very intelligent guy, all of you know him, he knew he was going down to the floor before he hit it. He knew the floor was coming up quick. He knew something isn't right. And thank God. And me, no IT experience, nothing. I felt it too. I just thought something doesn't seem right. But all of a sudden, he hits rock bottom. Normal people, we don't have anybody normal on passive, thank God above. Normal people would have never jumped onto this journey with Ash unless they also had a vision. And they went, whoa, Ash sold Ash to these people. Ash sold his vision to these people. I don't think these people were looking for a job. They were looking to change history. They wanted to be part of something. And somebody walked in their room named Ash MUFAREH and said, here's what I want, here's what I'm going to do. The ship crew, some of them sucked. I want to go here, and I believe we can do this, 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 and this. And you got people that have the brains in the OTECH Pro industry, and they're going, oh, wow, if he does that, this is history making. You see what I mean? So it happened, but it was a good thing. Now, when I first heard about it, you all go through emotions. One is, well, who is it so we can beat him up? I'm just kidding. No, but you're like, because it didn't just affect Ash MUFAREH, it affected all of us. I think when the smoke clears and we finally see what Ash is seeing now, which is going to be very soon, we're going to know, oh, wow, thank God that happened. And everybody goes about time. I wish this happened then. I wish this happened then. It happened at a perfect time. Why? Because that's when it happened. It's just the way life is. And the funny thing is, all the people wrapped up in why is this, why is that, and anxious and all that. When we open to the world and the first 10 million people come in, they don't know nothing about this journey. In fact, they don't even care. They're going to get products they probably have, but it's 100 times better, 1,000 times better. 50, 60% cheaper, and they can make a commission if they share it. It's over. It's not brain surgery. Anyway, that's all I have right now.
Thank you, Maddie. Thank you. You're always on point, and one of the things I picked from what you were saying, that rock bottom is an eye opener. It opens your eye. So it helps you to make radical decision and change to propel you to the mountaintop, which is really great. I'm really happy, for what you've just said, and it just blew our mind. Now I'll just turn on to one of our sisters, from the island, which is none other than Julie. Julie Pierre, come on, share with us.
Thank you, Collins. Hello, everyone. Wow, great topic. The key of hitting rock bottom is viewing your current situation as an opportunity to take it to a level far beyond where you are today. Your failures should be the most powerful lessons. And until you realize that many failures are actually a part of the path to success, you will not move on. The beauty of hitting rock bottom is that you truly have nothing to lose. If you use this time of rock bottom to reevaluate, educate, become resilient, and motivate yourself, it makes you realize that you have tremendous power and potential to change your situation if you just tap into it. The beauty of having nothing to lose is that it gives you the power to become completely detached from outcomes, one of the biggest things that gets in your way of your accomplishing goals. With nothing to lose, you are in a better position to take bigger risks and set bigger goals. When you are not at rock bottom, you can actually get caught in the trap of your own comfort zone. When you are at a low point, then you have the tendency to really push the envelope of what is possible. The result is always, if you do so, the end result is far better than what you had originally imagined. When you are at a low point, give some thought to why this could be a defining moment that completely changes the trajectory of your life. If you sit, ask yourself why you, then you are setting up yourself for failure. You need to shift your focus and ask yourself this question: how can I use this opportunity to take myself to the next level? If you do so, you will find that dramatic positive change is inevitable. Hitting rock bottom can feel like the end line, but the reality is rock bottom is often the mark of a new beginning. But it all depends on how you choose to act. When you hit rock bottom, you only have one direction. You can only go up from there. You can sit on your hands, play the victim, and confine yourself to a life of suffering and frustration. Or you can recognize it is an opportunity to make a change and begin pursuing the dream you ultimately want. Thank you very much, Collins.
Wow. That is really powerful. It's like you just summarized everything everybody have been saying here. Yes, when you hit rock bottom, there is nothing to lose anymore. So why not take the chance? The only thing you have is to go up, because you are already down there. You are on the floor. You can only wake up, dust yourself, or you sit down and mourn the whole day, cry the whole day and say, why me? Which will never help. It's just to go straight, take the opportunity, take the maximum risks, and push up again. Because what is there again for you when you are already down there? There is nothing left. So thank you for that. Really, really great share. I really enjoy it. Now, I would turn to our brother OTECH Pro. You know, he's been sitting quiet, and I know, you know, my brother has been taking a lot within, and this is the time we need to bring our brother, one and only, our brother Oliver Fonte. The floor is yours.
Wow. Wow, thank you, Collins. I want to thank everybody that has, you know, this is it's a lesson learned, and the topic is which is a rock bottom, is a catalyst to the mountaintop. For me, I look at this as like a school, education, transition. You know, we've learned a lot from our CEO. Do or die. You know, we've taken a lot, we've learned, and he is the one taking the bullet. And we are taking no risk. We are taking just no risk. You know, he's the one facing all the challenges. But all what we do is some of us run our mouth negatively. And I will say no to them. No, now is the time. The time has come that rock bottom. We've gone through those challenges, the ups and downs. And let me say this, there is no success stories. I keep saying this, there's no success stories without stumbling block and without challenges. And when there's that stumbling block, you know, we learn and we move forward. It's like a child that is growing. That child will crawl and fall and got wounds. The mom will cry, that why are you doing this? But that child must crawl before the child finally wake up and be a man, start walking. It's like we are going to school. We have phases upon phases, elementary school, middle school, high school, and university. And then whatever, even as a man, as a woman, after all the education, what next? You have the education. What next? You have a job. And what next? You must, to complete your life, you must have a good wife and you must have a good husband. A respectful one, of course, that both of you. That is it. But with this one, with our company that we are talking about, Mr. Ash MUFAREH is the one going through all the heat. His money, he spent his money. We are there enjoying. We are there just running our mouth. But look, listen. But when I look at us today, I look at few of us that has been there from starting from Madi Degamo, the ONPASSIVE Nation. Mike Ellis was there shooting out videos before. I can say 3/4 of the founders today that are in from Mike Ellis videos. Madi, they are there also. Madi and Chris Johnson, they are there, you know, talking on daily basis, Monday through Sunday. You have Comfort is there for both Pidgin and English. Comfort is there trying to certify the African community, those who are speaking Pidgin. Collins is there with Andy. They are there. You see Julie too is there with her own now with the Caribbean. You have Michael is there with Marcien. You have, you know, now we have our able sister also now from Africa, Francine. You see, Madi, they came up with shine the light. That is the process that we went through. And we are seeing all this happening, you know, because we had that belief and that dream. And that dream and that belief has made us today to follow Mr. Ash MUFAREH. That some of us that have just called all our names, some of us have already dropped out. But because we were very good students in the class, we said we cannot fail, I must pass this exam. Collins always make a slang all the time and say all the time that it's as if you want to go and take an exam, you know that you are going to fail. There is no failure here because you are taking no risk. Mr. Ash is taking the risk with his own money and his family. He has no family life. He has no friend. His friend is us here, you know? So I just want to say kudos to everybody that has been in here. Kudos to all of us that have been through this process from Comfort to Mike Ellis, Dan Street, Julie, Francine, Marcien, Madi Degamo, Michael, OTECH Pros, and the rest. I cannot name any. Kudos to all of us, and we should keep, you know, Jane Oliver, we should keep firing up and make Mr. Ash, because he needs this encouragement from us. He needs this encouragement from us. This is the only thing we can give to him. We can make him to fire up also. When he listens to us talking, he listens to us. The webinars are out there. Today, just look at the number that Madi came out with another numbers a few days ago. Today, he just blew my mind with comparing it with retirement. Him and Mike Ellis and Chris Johnson. So I look at myself, I say, oh, so I can go on retirement now, because when I look at my own numbers, I can go now on retirement. It's like I was saying here before we jump into this webinar. I said, like I've already worked and waiting for my paycheck. Now I'm waiting for the result. And the result, I claim it is there already. We got it already. We got it already. You like it or not, it's there. Thank you, Collins, and thank everybody to be here.
Thank you, bro. This is the fire. We need to keep the fire burning. Yeah. Rock bottom is a school. Honestly, you know, that's really the big one, which I take from what you said. It's a school. When you fall really hard, you learn from your fall and you move on right to the top. You know, we learn from every stages, and Mr. Ash Mufare is the one taking the pain. He's taking the whip. The only thing we can do is to encourage him, as you said. He's the one feeling it, like Maddie said, spending tens and tens of millions of dollars, you know, and we, you know, even his own time, we're talking about not only money, the time to spend with his own family, it's not even there. So we are just here, we are in our comfort zone. The only thing we can do is to encourage him and encourage others who are really looking for where to rely on. And this business is the place to be. Whatever you are doing out there, you're hitting rock bottom. The moment you turn your eye and you see this business, this is the place to be. This is where all your rock bottom will disappear. Not immediately, but it will propel you to where you want to be. So the only thing you need to do is to take the chance. Thank you, my brother, Oliver. Thank you very much for that. Now let me turn to one of our sisters, you know, one of our sisters, only sitting quiet, looking the phone down, you know, from US, you know, our sister Francine, you know, you've not said anything. I know you are really a good speaker, but you sit quiet and you listen, but I want to give you this floor now. The floor is yours.
I don't know what to say after all these people. I took few notes, and honestly, I have just one song coming to my ears now as we speak. It's a song by somebody named Tracy Dott. Life is easy when we are down in the mountain. And when we go up, we are happy. But when we are down, we are like lost. But we forget something. God is the same. The same God remains. And we have no choice than keeping our faith. And what I would love to really emphasize here is that we cannot grow if we refuse to accept the different stages. First, if we take it in our lives, our two parents were in love, then we were conceived. The mother was the first to know I am pregnant, and she kept it. The baby grew inside her womb. Then one day the baby knocked at the door saying, I want to come out. I want to come and see you guys. And the rest, Mr. Fonte just explained to us. Once the baby is there, he will start step by step, growing slowly. And we are in a company, for some of us, they came before even the conception of the company. Because everything before it takes form, it comes into our spirit. ONPASSIVE was conceived in most our heart long before we hear about it. And when we accepted to be part of that project, it's because it was resonating somewhere. And the process of life started at this very time. We went through the valley. Some of us were so tired, so exhausted. We feel like they may have abandoned. Maybe they have abandoned. Some of them left us into the boat. They left this world. And I am sure their spirit is still accompanying us to make us stronger. So for me, the catalyst is all that spirit linking each one to another. We don't know each other here. I have never met you guys apart from Zoom or Connect, and for some of you, we may have some exchanges over the phone, but we have built a spirit, what we called, how do you say it, esprit d'entreprise in French. And this is very strong, something very strong. It's part of the pillars that guide a successful company, to have a spirit. That spirit, we have built it. And why this spirit is so important, when we were in the valley, that was the only thing that strengthens us. And we have these people who are so engaged. They breathe on passive. If you don't breathe on passive will not survive. All these people breathing on passive are those who are today coming together saying, what can we do to show we are still alive? We are here. Before even we be offered to the overall world, we are alive. So for me, we have gone through the right and the true process. If we have not gone through the valley, the company will not get the success it deserves once outside tomorrow. So that's what I have to share with you today. Thank you very much.
Ah, thank you, Francine. Really, thank you. You know, you made a really, really good statement. And this is really going to all of those who are refusing to accept certain things. You know, you said we cannot grow if we refuse to accept the different stages. There are people who want to see only the top, but they don't want to know how we get to that top. So you will never, ever grow because you don't want to know. You said, Mr. Ash Mufareh, you know what? I don't care about what you're going through. Just give me this because I have put this. It doesn't work like that. We must accept it. They said in life, you must accept infinite disappointment for you to be able to succeed. You know, that's King Martin Luther King. He said it. If you don't accept that, forget it. You want only success. Life is not like that. If the day you were born, you think like you just get everything straight, then you have to go and create your own well. Because even Jesus Christ didn't get it straight. So this is what we want to say. This is the business. Jesus Christ got it very hard, beaten for nothing. So this is it. If you think you will get everything 100% straight from the day you were born, then you need to ask God to create your own world, your own universe. So thank you, Francine, for that. Really, thank you. Now I will go around to our sister, just sitting there writing, taking notes, but I know she got a lot to say, not other than comfort. Come on, my sister.
Thank you, Collins. I'm not sure where I want to start from because how do I come after all of these people? I don't know, but yeah, I think rock bottom. It's a good place, isn't it? Rock bottom is a nice place. It's a sweet place because you go up because you are down. If you are not down, then you don't need to go up to where, so we need to start from there and then go up. The thing about rock bottom, I'm trying to share this using my own personal experience. I hope that it works because I'm not sure how much I can give away. So, so it can get really comfortable so that you are almost forgetting yourself, because we've hit a series of rock bottoms in our lives and stuff. One of my wars was from 2012 to 14 when I lost my mom and my younger sister. I thought that was going to be the peak of it. But then a few more came after that. And of course, just this year, I hit a good one, a better one, of course. That's where I'm coming from when I say it can be really comfortable down there. Because I spent the first couple of months, like drenching myself, just swimming in a pool of my own tears and all of those things and stuff. But at some point, you're going to be like, hey, shut up, because what are you doing here anyway? So it's a good place because as you cry, because you have to. I'm just happy because one of the things you get when you are right down there is a good support system. I've got so many. I had to share a situation with a few people because you can't keep it to yourself. That's one of the things I learned that it's gotten to the point where if I don't share with a few people, it's going to start escaping out maybe through as pimples or busting out through my chest, share with a few people. So Fumi, like for example, was one of the people. She would call and then she's quite naughty. She would say, I know you need to cry. I'll give you time to cry. And then after that, you tell me what next, you know. She gave me, she's quite, I was just really angry. I said, you need to tell me not to cry. I'm crying. You say I should cry. I said, yeah, you need to cry. I'm not there. I would have given you tissue. I would cry and cry and cry. I had this other friend in the US. She's like, shut up. This is America. I'm going to work. I don't call you on phone to cry to me. If you're not telling me what next, I am leaving, you know. So I learned a lot from that. So much has happened since like May to this minute I'm sitting here. I've learned like I've never learned before. A lot of transformation has taken place. Because while I was crying, most of the time I would say, oh God, you blame people for mistakes, for things that went wrong and stuff like that. But then it's not time anymore to keep blaming. What next? Because it has happened and you still need to move on, right? That's where you understand Oliver's Grundschule, basic school, middle school, and stuff like that, you know. So you have to leverage the support system around the close friends to whom you can whisper a few stuff, and the community like this one here ONPASSIVE, you know. It got to the point where when I had to listen to them, I shut up, not cry again, or cry because Fumi is waiting for me to cry, right? So the very first day I came, I was like, it's time to like stand up now. And I appeared on this panel again. I think it was OTECH Pro, any one of those. I felt a bit like a stranger, but I felt so happy because I was missing this, you know, because that's the way up now. I'm not still lying. At least I was lying on the floor, swimming in the tears, but now I've stood up because I'm trying to like change my clothing and look beautiful, you know. So step by step, you don't stay there. You don't make yourself comfortable because you're like, true, it's a bit too comfortable to be comfortable to just be in here. You need to go up and then you start going and going and, you know, so make use of the support system. I learned a lot. Stop blaming, because there's a project I started which has been in my life since when I was in a university. I've always planned to do it. Some point earlier this year, started that project. I said, this is the time. And then problems now set in. I have to abandon it. I'm just like, this is the time. Sit here, get a chair, sit here, wake up at 3 o'clock every morning and start getting this stuff done, and stop blaming people for something that you should be doing it by yourself, you know? So it's getting, yeah, Jean, I'm sorry, at some point you will be part of this because every day you keep coming to my mind. So at some point you will need to be part of my project. So get ready, you know? So why I'm sharing, giving myself, because people have said a lot that, so in case somebody is watching us, just passing by on YouTube, this video comes and you're listening to me, many people are going through situations like what I've gone through, like even a bit worse and stuff like that. But then there is something for you. There is a community waiting to embrace you. There is a family here just waiting. The family whose name is love, whose language is love, whose way of life is love, and all of those things. So don't go. If you are listening to me for the first time and all of these people sitting here, if you have hit your rock bottom, find that 1 or 2 people you trust, whisper to them, then do something. I think things are going to be different, and it's working. Because the moment I attended the meeting, I did again and again, and then before you know it, I started recovering because I lost even my skin tone. I'm just like, yeah, fair enough, I'm born black, but I got a bit darker like this shirt. But then it kept coming out better and better. I look much better now, can I show you, you know? So that's the thing. We can't stay there because it's too comfortable, too good to be this comfortable. Nothing is coming out of it because I cried myself to dehydration. Nobody's drinking the tears. I'm not drinking them back. So what are you doing? So you go up. So why I decided to share my own story is the rock bottom that Mr. Mufareh has hit. We all who have been following him closely, we have an idea what he has gone through. Why I'm not worried sharing his but mine is because when he got to that point, he did not have a few minutes to tarry down there because comfort is waiting for him. People with these kind of problems that even worse or less are waiting for him. So there's no time for him to wait down there blaming people. Oh, blah, 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 you came and did that and that and that. Okay, you've done it. go wherever you're going to. Marty says, if you have the right people, you don't know until you lose the wrong people. I think that's what helped Ash to like just wake up really quick, and he's going. So I'm just happy sharing my own experience, you know, to know that why I'm concentrating on this now is because Ash is taking care of the rest. It's all happiness. It's all joy. I'm already halfway gone. I think I'm above middle school now, brother Oliver. You can, I assure you, I'm growing really fast because I've changed. I've taught myself how to be consistent. Just do it, whether you feel like doing it or not. Get it done, because when Ash is ready, you also need to be ready with this so that you get the other projects done. You know, so it's sweet. If you can't hit rock bottom, then you've not been tested. And if you don't test, you don't get tested. No test, no testimony. We all have been there, but let's make use. Let's learn what's to be learned there. Change, transform, be a different person. Kill, even just pray to God and forgive, and then keep away the spirit of resentment, so that stop crying, so that you have a clear vision. Crying used to be my food, but now I don't cry anymore because I need to see the future with the eyes in me, with tears in my eyes. The future is bleak, it's not clear, I can't see, you know. I just thought of telling about my case because somebody's going through this. They don't know that the solution is here. It's right here, because we don't sugarcoat. If you don't know Mr. Mufareh, come ask us. We will tell you exactly what he is doing. You have a solution in his ecosystem. As long as you live, as long as you want to pop in there and see what's happening, why we are so passionate about this. Thank you, Collins, and appreciate for being here today.
Wow.
Oh, wow,
Thank
Comfort.
you, Comfort. Thank you.
That was amazing, Comfort. That's really, really good. You know, yeah, there are many people who've hit rock bottom, and there are still people who are really struggling. But we are saying this business is for you. Mr. Ash Mufareh never looked back, as you said, never cried or mourned. It's just like, you know what next? You know, he took the next step and just propelled straight. And now he's just flying, like Maddie said, you know, until you lose the wrong people, you will never know what is happening. Until you hit rock bottom, you will never know that there are good people out there. So as you said, Comfort, ONPASSIVE has that ecosystem and the community, which is so inclusive with genuine love, you know, in ONPASSIVE. So we can take out the monetary side of it, but you meet genuine people who will really embrace you in spite of your circumstances. They don't care who you are, where you come from. This is a total family, you know. Please, as Comfort said, you're passing by or you stumble on this, take a look. Ask, what is happening? Why are these people so excited? That's the only thing you can ask. And then take an informed decision. Now we'll just take the last round before we round up, which I'll just go in any order, and I'll land with Maddie. Comfort. Because you started, I just want you to take...
Has Dan spoken?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Yes. So Comfort, you start. You will take your
You
last
didn't hear
round,
those
and I'll
words of
just
wisdom, Comfort? You didn't hear those words of wisdom? I can't believe it.
Sorry, sorry.
All right, Comfort. You have 1 minute to give your last round.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, sure. Rock bottom is a good place, but don't be too comfortable. Stand up, just shake it off, and start making your way up, because Ash is waiting right at the top to just take you right there, and that's it. Join us. It's a beautiful place to be, but let's...
Thank you, Comfort. Let me go to Engineer Mike, Canada. Your last take.
Hey, bro. Yeah, we hit the rock bottom, but we are now on the top. So what I'm asking ONPASSIVians, are we ready to receive that top? Do you know your business? A question. Thank you.
Thank you. And I'll go to my sister, Julie Pierre. Your last take.
Thank you, Collins. You know, rock bottom can turn you into the best version of yourself possible. And it requires mental toughness. And this is the single most important skill you need to achieve to acquire true greatness. And we are here in ONPASSIVE to help you, to assist you, to grow and to climb to the top. Thank you.
Thank you, Julie. So let me go to Francine.
Yes, I would say never give up. Always keep hope. And the way before us is shorter than the one we have done so far. And each one in each of our lives, always remember, when you give up, it's just because the place you are going is next door. So never give up.
Thank you so much, Francine. Really great. Jean, Oliver.
Thanks, Collins. Oh, I would just say that, we've been given the gift of rock bottom, and that's brought everything down to the essential. So we can, as Comfort said, we can not waste a moment crying or being ungrateful, but to keep our eyes on that top and keep plodding forward with Ash. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Jane. And I will go to our brother Dan Street. The floor is yours.
Well, I would just say that, we went through a chaotic situation by trusting the wrong people. And where we've advanced to right now, Ash has said it's really going to blow our mind. And he is really looking forward to sharing with us what's coming, and it's going to be better than we originally thought. So we're happy. We are very, very happy that we hit rock bottom and went going through the evaluation process, reevaluation. I'm sorry. Yeah. So let's go.
Thank you. Thank you. I will just got our brother in here now, Chris Johnson. So I will give you the floor for you to make that comment.
I've been listening with these funny things in my ear, trying to rake leaves with a bad foot. And let me tell you something about rock bottom, folks. Whoever's listening, when I was at the rock bottom, I found a lot of diamonds. I moved some of those rocks and I found more diamonds. And then I took those diamonds and I put them above my head. And this is what this panel is made of. People that were under the rocks, that were bouncing off the rocks. They're coming out. Listen, if I was brand new and listening to this, I would have signed up an hour ago. I wouldn't even care what it was, but this is one of the most amazing webinars I've seen in a long time. Every one of you touched diamonds, gold, silver, platinum. We are there. Like Mike said, we might be at the bottom, but we're not, but we're collecting things right now. We're collecting some amazing things so we can bring them people off the bottom above ourselves. And ladies and gentlemen, that's what this company is all about. Back to you. I got to get back to work, Collins.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming, Chris. That was really, really amazing. Really amazing. Yeah, we're collecting things, as you said. That is really, really great. So let me turn to my brother, Mike Ellis. The floor is yours.
Yeah, no, this webinar's had just a ton of wisdom. Everybody, absolute great job. I really want to play off of what Comfort had to say, just very, very quickly, Collins. You know, when you start to talk about rock bottom, a lot of people have the tendency to go there and get very, very comfortable there. They live in their own misery and they get comfortable with that and they never leave it. We don't want you to do that. A lot of people, when they start to look up, they see the top of the mountain and they're going, it's just someplace I can never get to. When they start to see their life and how it's deteriorated, they don't look up anymore. And what we want you to do is start to look up, start to look at the top of the mountain, start to keep your eyes on the prize. And a lot of people that hit that rock bottom, eyes on the prize is something they never think about. This is what Mr. Mufareh has brought to the table. You can look up, you can look at the top of the mountain, and he gives you a way to get there. And if you're having difficulty, he's going to come behind you and he's going to push your little ass up and you will get to the top of the mountain. This is what it's all about. This is what Mr. Mufareh has brought to the table. This is what you have today, period. I'll turn it back to you, Collins. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. That was really, really powerful. You know, let me go to my brother, Oliver.
Yeah, thank you. I want to thank everybody that's here. I'm receiving text message about Vincent and Bob. They are not around, but Vincent is out. They're out of their countries, you know. So they're not around, but they'll be with us next time. Rock Bottom, I want to talk to the people who are out there. Please be ready. Michael, the engineer Mike said, be ready and prepared. Because when ash will surface and explode it, put it out there, run, do not crawl. Run and come and capture and get your own position. Please because it will not be easy. The race will be the race. Who wants to be the first? Please run, do not crawl. We are waiting for you. Thank you.
Thank you, bro. Thank you for really making that intro. We know our two brothers are not here. Vincent is in Ivory Coast and Bob also traveled out of US. So they'll be back with us the following week. So thank you, Oliver, for really mentioning that. I totally forgot. It was great. So let me go to our brother, Madi Digamo.
Well, my wife just came in, the dogs are acting crazy. Chris, get back to the leaves. Hey, look, we talked about hitting rock bottom. But I just heard proof that it works. I didn't think Comfort could get any better. I thought she was perfect. She hit rock bottom, and look what we saw today.
Hey, Shirley.
So we know it works.
I'm on a webinar. Let me call you back in about 10 minutes.
And Mike's not muted.
All right.
But anyway,
yeah. All right. Bye.
Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Look what happened. Look at the results. It's a sad thing at the time it's happening, but look at the difference. I'm going to say to everybody, look, don't sell products. Sell who you are. There's millions and millions and billions of people that need what we have right now. Billions. They're going to go to a conferencing platform. They're going to use all these tools anyway. They're going to be the best in the world. Sell who you are. And we'll be tripping over people because people need this. People need what we have. Yes, hitting rock bottom is a good way to refocus. If you didn't have valleys, there wouldn't be a mountain. You can't have a mountain if you don't have valleys. And Comfort, I'm so proud of you. I know some of the stuff that happened and you came back even stronger. And I wasn't surprised, but you were definitely, I didn't think you could get any better, but you blew me away today. No doubt about it. I'm proud of everybody. I've seen everybody grow. I've been here 6 years very soon to see people go from really quiet to nothing. And all the people I've met just this year. AI Francine, I call her that because I think she can do anything. I'm not even sure she's real. She might be artificial intelligence. Julie, Jean, just loves the world. No, I am so happy that I saw this, and you learned a lot. I learned a lot when this happened, hitting rock bottom for the company. And everybody said, Francine said something again today that said, you know, it's in you. You know, when I found ONPASSIVE, it was like I found home. It's like I traveled 20 years, and oh, here it is. In fact, when I first found out, I remember with Mike and John, I go, is this what we think it is? I mean, is this really, this is it? This is what, all those years? And I didn't know what we wanted. You don't know until we hit rock bottom 50 times. And every time we did, we realized, well, this isn't what we really wanted anyway. And this isn't, and all of a sudden, here we are. And thank God we hit rock bottom. I know Ask Mufareh says the same thing. And if people hear you say that, they say, what, are you crazy? Yeah, we're crazy, all of us. But thank you very much. It was beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Thank you, Madi. Really, thank you. You know, and on that note, I just want to read something out, and we'll just see it's exactly ONPASSIVE, which I will just take a note from everyone summarizing everything. So it just goes, it said, rock bottom often act as a powerful catalyst because it forces us to confront ourselves and our circumstances in a way that we might otherwise avoid. When there is no way to go, but up, we tap into resilience, self-awareness, and a kind of drive that only becomes, accessible when everything else is stripped away. At the mountaintop, we may celebrate our achievement. Comfort talk about celebration. Everyone talk about celebration, but it is the lesson, not the celebration, the lessons, the perspective and strength gained from hitting rock bottom that makes the summit so meaningful. Someone talk about meaningful. Those lowest points create a solid foundation clearing out every non-essential, that is ONPASSIVE. They clear non-essential, things that are not important, and building resilience. Rock bottom doesn't just show us the way up, but it transforms us so we can climb higher than we ever thought is possible. So it transforms us in a way that we will climb higher we ever imagined. This is really beautiful, and this is what it represents, the company we are saying, a CEO that doesn't give up. Every time there is no way, he always finds a way. Like I always said, you can shut the door, you can shut the window, God will open the roof, and you will fly out like morning stars. So on that note, we thank everyone for being here, and see you again in 2 weeks' time.